we are live.
We gotta get you on Shaker on that one, Adam. We gotta get you on Shaker. Shaking the hell out of that thing. Taylor Swift's got nothing on you, buddy. Hi, we're Let Alone. Internet, world, welcome to our existence and our songs. And this next one's called Sunrise.
Supposed to grow up here. The sun in my eyes, just in my lungs to feed. The plans are black, won't take a profit gain. My thoughts are gone around, but they're not okay. Blame it on those toxic
Why, thank you. Why, thank you. There's a lot of good people, a lot of good-looking people in the crowd tonight. Woo for yourselves. So this next one's called Stoics. We wrote it because Arizona public schools are ridiculously underfunded. We're still 50th in the nation. Doug Ducey really...
I thought we were above Alabama.
Well, let's not down Alabama just because we are also awful.
Suck too, yeah.
But yeah, this song's about having nothing to say about a topic like this, and then one day you just have everything to say because your sister's on the board of education and like crying all the time, and it's not cool. So yeah, and Sam had to leave her teaching job because of all of this as well. So Chico. rhinos.
All right. Good evening, way backers. Good evening. My name's Adam Carter. Thanks for tuning in tonight. We're very excited to have you. You guys know how this works. Please join in the chat, check in. We'll be hitting up Studio B throughout the evening. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, pipe in. If you want to make fun of the band, throw that in there as well. And I'm always fair game. There is a donation link in the descriptions of this video if you are so inclined to support live music, tonight's band, and the Wayback Sessions. However, at a minimum, if you're watching and you haven't subscribed, we would like to ask you, if you're digging what you see, please subscribe to the channel. Everything helps. You can also go to thewaybacksessions.com and become a monthly contributor. We are a nonprofit. Everything is helpful. Now, without further ado, I would like to welcome tonight's band, the reason you're here, let alone, good evening, band. Yeah, and the crowd goes wild. Hey.
Speaking of being nonprofit, we can't pay you for your shaker performance.
Well, is that? Look, we will talk. You can't catch me on air like that. We have to do this off air. We will circle back to that, and I will bust the shaker out. I was doing a little bit of work there, So let's go around the room. I want to introduce everybody. Waybackers on your left. We have Jeremy on guitar. We have Marcus on guitar. They both sing, so vocals fit in there as well. We have Alan on bass. We have Sam on violin. And we have Justin on the drums. Yeah, so nice to have you all in the room. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
So, Marcus, we've kind of gotten to know each other a little bit lately. Mm-hmm. And when I deal with all the bands, I always tell them, I'm like, yes, make it special. Do the most you can. Anything that will make you happy and comfortable. We can push the limits. Come and check out the studio, check out the vibe, see what's going on. And you showed up like a week ago and have been working on this, right?
Joke's on you. I'm never comfortable or happy.
So that's why you've been here so much, and we've been working on things.
It's a good room.
I want you to share a little bit about the preparation. You've also been following the trajectory of the show on different merits, and what went into your preparation, whether it be mental or physical, or the importance going into a performance like this, or is that how you treat everything?
Treat is a very kind word. Yes, that's how I treat everything. Yeah, the first thing that happens is, it's my responsibility to make sure that what we do is worth our time. So basically, I turned to them and I was like, it doesn't suck? Wayback Sessions. We should do that.
Oh, man. Thank you.
I said it just like that, to be honest.
Okay. Jeremy, he hasn't been fooling with me, and he's shaking his head.
No,
I totally
that's how it went. And, a few of the group, I think at that point, goes and checks it out because I think there's trust. I think we've made a lot of good decisions in the past year. But, once that's done and we know we're going to do it, that's when I like to make sure to come over to see the space. And we're not a simple band. We are a simple band. We've got some complex shit going on. So I always like to make sure that we're not blindsiding anybody, including you. Who,
right.
A lot of respect. You guys have a lot of shit together. For anybody that's at home, the amount of work it takes to do what you're seeing is 10 times, whatever you're thinking, it's 10 times that. So
thanks for saying that out loud, because it is true. I won't even hide the fact that it's a ton. So you know what? There is so much to get into tonight. I want to bust on some folks and dig into some different things. But before we do that, can we get more music? You guys have more tunes?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Those were our only 3.
That was it? Okay, well, you know what? You never know. I don't want to assume.
Jeremy,
you always get in trouble.
Jeremy would be the one to say that because he doesn't ever remember the song names. We had to name the first song tonight after him, so he would remember it.
The show is yours. I'll see you in a little bit.
Shinny shin. Chopo. This one's on me. Said the patriarchs of the people shouldn't know that you put people that high into the sun. Now I'm here, it's too far gone. Pull up that sleeve.
Got an 8 pound sacrifice on the way. Praise the petrol god. Mind his fucking cage. Touch everything to the black door. The sky's breaking. We listen to this. Now you kiss the lips. This institution buries you underground, city high. Now you only know here you are. Someone else can praise the job that you have done. Anxiety, it's man-made. Built for prosperity. Are you that afraid? You long when you live that way, you sense yourself could never stay. I've got the guts to escape this. And now I'm downtown, the slow down, money masquerade. The brightly lit skyline cave of shadows. Flags down, the free man know which way to go. We listen to oh, got me sweating. Pop the molly. It's a great day in Studio A. Ah, well.
Around the corner, right?
And Studio B is down the hall. But I'm sure they're having a great day too. I don't know. Maybe the Waybackers. Well, you guys, is it looking good out there? Sounding good out there? Anybody have anything to say? Report in. Let us know. Okay.
You guys can heckle us in the chat if you want, but we've been playing every dive bar around this place, and we're better at it.
See, we gotta.
How's this one go?
He says after every song. I think my favorite artifact, I'm going to say artifact, in this room is the Chewbacca light strand. Yes. I believe that falls under the dope category. Yes. Yes. Now the night is complete. Yeah. The hell?
The lights burned out.
I thought we put this in our rider. Only the Wookiee lights. Star Wars fans.
Playing Stole? Is that what we're doing?
This one's for anybody that's ever had an existential crises, as in multiple. If you've had existential crises, this is like 3 of them in one song. Doesn't make any fucking sense, but somehow it flows. So.
The smoke into the air, lean back against the chimney. The roof air breeze like warring ice miles out. You can hear it sing. Like every slide you fail to see you makes you lighter. Like trapped in a glass red mercury, rising towards disaster. This spits my thoughts, but somehow spits my planet. One wind blowing down face you when the planet is just that better. Back then it's just that better. You burn the old candles and both things you're only losing. You said a little bit pretty across the island surface. I never knocked get to bed on Friday. I dread the dream I told you believe that never from the creek bed. I pray I'll never know. You're on tap and start the blazing. Hold your hand over my soul. Gotta switch myself to the bottom of your stove. No friend, oh no explanation to anyone. In the end, no question who was speaking. Knew just what you were saying. Sacred secret weapon. Now I know just what you are. Better watch and how you kept my blood from flowing. Now I know just what you are. You are my benevolent.
There's no amount of looking cool that measures up to the amount of sweat pouring out of my body right now.
So hot.
This next one's a cover by Nelly. It's the 2002 smash hit, Billboard number, I gotta assume 2. At least, right? At least. Give that boy a Grammy. All right, so on the same line of like having nothing to say and then having everything to say, this song is about dragging Brett Kavanaugh behind our band vans. So
Too bad that van broke down.
that van did break down, but women are still people,
It
Jeremy.
kind of
So.
exploded. We tried.
Nope. It's in the contract. I got it too. It's in the contract. Okay. Yeah, I think that sounds good.
All the bills through the doormail slide, they fall to the floor in a nice neat stack. Lying high with my existential dread in my hands instead of my head. Well, tell that to the rows of teeth I can't afford to fix or keep inside my head. Now they're in my head. Sick of it. And this life is just enough to sing those words over. Where you skin down with a thumb. Don't ease the sting of being wrong. Live for like a crew. You're starving to seize the opportunity. Mystic, natural knack to spew it loud enough to make it true. Think about stain the fabric of the day. Ride and wreck all the rest. Never wonder why you're wrong. So goddamn always. You're trying, nothing's no sure. You're wrong, so goddamn always. Wound up in a web 'cause you were unsure. We won't use it to drag Brett Kavanaugh's body behind the van. Let him loose through guardrail gag. Wound up in a web of his own design. He's sick of that. Sing the fabric of the day. Raw and red the red. Never wonder why you're wrong. So goddamn always. You try, nothing's no for sure. You're wrong, so goddamn always. Wound up in a web 'cause you were sure. Now all those boots that you licked clean and all those fools that fell underneath you spelled to clean, no one left to hear your words.
Oh, yeah! All right. It's my turn again. It's my turn again. Okay. So we're going to check in with Studio B here in a little bit. But I do want to get into a couple of things before we do that. So how do you think you're sounding tonight?
It sounds really fucking
Okay, we got thumbs
really
up
good in
over
my
here.
headphones.
Okay. We'll take that. I think you guys are sounding great. It sounds great in my headphones too. I just wanted to see where you were at before I, kind of went there. Because if you were not digging it, I'd lean into that with you. But I would not agree. So would somebody give Sam a mic, please? Can we?
Hi.
Hi.
Remember you asked for
She's
this.
never
I,
gonna
I,
I'm
I did.
ready on the side.
I did. So I'm not going to name names. Okay? However, through my research and investigation of what I do, I heard that you were going to be my problem musician
I
tonight.
usually am the sound problem.
No, it was the entire problem.
Oh, all problems?
It was all
Sure.
problems were pointed at you. It was like this. Why would anybody say that?
I can be a lot. I have one of those shirts from that Instagram girl, Elise Myers, who I love. It literally says if I'm, too much,
Go
too
find
bad.
So you know what? That actually that was opposite of what anybody said.
Oh.
They didn't say all those things. It was,
But they would have.
they could have.
They weren't
but
being
that
honest.
was they didn't. Maybe I don't know them well enough. But no, I had spent some time to hang out and get to know a little bit, hopefully about different people. But no, I understand the information I got was what a nice thing to be able to work with you in a band. As a matter of fact, Marcus was talking about
guys.
the way that way he writes and plays things, and you're able to pick out what he is and isn't doing, which I'm terribly fascinated with as a musician. Because
She's
I
like
think
the only professional in the room.
Yep.
That's a stretch.
I
Still.
was trying to say it
That's a
before you
stretch.
did.
I don't know.
so. Another thing, Sam. Do you know that every song on the set list tonight starts with the letter S?
Yeah.
You do.
Oh, they all start
You
with S's.
You do know this.
And as someone with
Okay.
ADHD, the only way I tell things apart is by the first letter because I don't finish reading the word. So I can't keep them straight at all.
I don't know. I'm like, what song are we playing?
It's
it's
the one
It's
with
the
S.
most frustrating
Yeah.
thing in the whole entire world.
And so I figured I would ask you, since your name starts with Sam, and all that. I was.
It was for me.
Or starts with Sam, starts with S.
Yeah,
Yes.
I knew what you
So I figured, it's like, what's the deal with that?
I'm told it's some. I don't really know. It's some Marcus weird quirk that he decided to do just to drive me and Jer absolutely up the wall.
Well, then
I think.
Marcus weird quirk is there, or Jeremy's got something to say.
So the siblings of Sam, I lost
S's?
it. I don't know. Yeah.
I'll save you.
Should we check in with Studio B?
Yeah.
And see what's going on? Studio
Yeah.
B, can you hear me out
Does
there?
anyone know?
The
what
answer
that
is
you-
2
Yeah.
seconds.
Yeah.
My brain, for some reason, S's come naturally. Like, creatively, you're supposed to be an antenna, man. My antenna apparently is like, what would be fucking freaking great? A bunch of S names for your songs. And once it started, I couldn't stop, and I still can't.
And it went like that.
You know that's the work
And
of
they're
the
all
devil.
lowercase too, which makes it even more confusing.
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't
and
know
all
why,
of our
but it
titles
does.
and our band name is lowercase. I don't know.
You know
Drives me
that's the work of the
bonkers.
devil.
But see, it's intentional though.
Yeah.
Devil or not, it's
did it on
intentional.
purpose.
Alliteration
it is now.
is like lots of words that start with the same letter, right? Alliteration, but they have a separate category for the ones that start with S. Siblings.
For
And because it
buttheads like
has
me.
to do with Satan.
Oh.
666.
Studio B, you hear us
Yeah,
out there?
I
Kat?
do.
Hey.
I have a great question. Comptolo needs a guitar gear breakdown right quick.
Right now? Okay, so this
Right
was
quick.
coming like it wasn't your time yet, but it is now.
Comptolo.
Comptalo,
We geeked so hard.
So here's the thing. We have, and this was not the gear section of the show, but we're going to do it right now. And it is. And the one piece I want to dial into is one of the most fascinating guitars that has walked in the room for me personally is that guitar you're playing right there, Marcus. And Jeremy, like, here's the deal, man. We already went through this
They don't
last
make that
night.
left-handed.
You're so upset about all the things that happen because you can't play. I get it. So we'll try not to tease you too much. But Marcus, let's get into the gear because this guitar is super cool for a lot of reasons for me.
Yeah, the first part is I was born right-handed instead of wrong-handed, so my selection is a lot more prime.
You weren't sponsored by Satan.
Yeah, I am sponsored by
He
Satan.
came around later.
Yeah, there was a deal struck. The classic. This
That was
is
my thing.
The story goes that way. Yeah, always happens.
Speaking of selling your soul, I think my luck works out because I did that too. This is a Japanese Fender semi-hollow Jaguar.
Which is very
There's
special
like
and rare.
350 of them.
Yes.
Yeah. And a shop owner just didn't know what they had. It was like in a box when they were selling out their whole catalog of guitars, and I was like, I want that. And they're like, someone just never picked it up. We re-necked it, and I'm like, I want it. They shipped it to me for not the price of it normally, which is a lot.
You've continued to do fun things to it.
Yes. Blasphemously, I routed out. I routed out the Jaguar pickup section, and I put in Jazzmaster pickups because that's my sound.
Yeah.
And then once I found exactly the tone I wanted for our band and my sound, I super glued all the knobs and switches right there. and then I gaff taped
Yes,
over
you
the
did.
sections where I would accidentally hit them. This one right here gives me a cool, like, I can do washes and stuff if I do this because it's the rhythm section. But,
And then you got a cool wire across the front, which is really it's part of the coolest looking
yeah, there's
thing on the guitar.
This is to ground it because, as I said, I did all the electrical work, and it's shoddy to be nice to myself. So this ground wire makes it so it doesn't hum.
Now, see, you know what's so cool about that guitar, and you call it blasphemy, and I call it, man, I just really
nature.
like it. And here's the difference: I love guitars a whole lot, and I don't think that I could do that. But I would be like, hey man, like let's work a deal. I
Come on
like your
over.
guitar.
Come on over.
He'll ruin your guitar for
We
you
do-
anyway.
yeah,
Right,
we do-
yeah.
we do
No,
emergency
no.
surgery all the time.
No, I will buy a ruined guitar.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
want him to
But
ruin
you don't
one of
wanna do
mine.
it
No, because when it's mine, it is blasphemy, and that's where I can relate to you, Marcus, a bit on that level.
It had too many switches and knobs anyway. Like
did.
just super glue 'em,
I'm not good enough for
you know,
those switches and knobs yet.
Cover them, tape them.
Studio B. Okay, so did that satiate?
I believe
I mean, I
so.
can jump around in all kinds of I don't want to get sidetracked.
That's
with
all
that quite
Jared
yet.
gets. That's all he gets.
All he gets right now.
There was a
Okay.
comment about Sam's shirt before she mentioned the TikTok, and saying that it's fabulous, and that Sam is fabulous.
Thanks.
Yes.
nice.
High five to Jeremy, or I think that's what that is.
My shirt's from Plato's
D.
Closet, secondhand.
Oh,
yeah.
nice. I love a second hand. Let's see.
right hand
Kevin
or the
Pryor
wrong?
said, "I'm glad someone else makes that Rhinos reference."
I'm glad that was picked up.
And it was Jonathan Watkins at the very beginning.
Of
That
course.
Lucy shirt.
Of course it was.
Yeah.
He's in my other band, Damn
can
the
you
Weather.
actually can you boot him out, or is
Yeah,
it?
kick him out.
I can. I can.
He's the reason I'm in this band is because he was good
Yeah.
friends with Marcus. And then when
Yeah.
Marcus was writing the song about basically yelling about education, and it was kind of right in the middle of Red
Got
for
her.
Ed. Yeah. And so he brought me in just to do that song for a Red for Ed fundraiser. And then I kind of just stayed. So, because I was currently still teaching, I think, at the moment, and before I
We didn't
quit.
let you leave.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Just
you,
stay.
It's
We
a
didn't let you
kidnapping
leave.
situation.
oh man, there are so many
Still,
ways all of this can
concurrently.
go right now.
Yeah.
There are so many. I've got so much to dig into.
Pulled the band van up. Get in.
She's mine.
This is actually how I got all of these. All of these band members
No,
are
they turned
stolen.
to John and they said, "We're taking her off your hand." No, I still do both though. So
So, anything else, Studio
That's
B, we
all.
need to jump on right now?
Nope,
Okay,
you
we'll
go
circle
on.
back later if we
Okay.
need to. Marcus, a question right off the bat. What's the trick to keeping a drummer in your band?
You hit a pandemic, and then you move them in with you into the same home.
it also helps when
And then-
you're married in.
And then have his dad propose to your sister so that now you're his younger uncle.
His uncle.
I'm his
Marcus is-
uncle.
is
I'm his
his
uncle. Oh, we got him. Whoa, we got him good. Last way back session episode ever.
The first day I met them, they tried to explain all of that to me, and I'm like,
Yeah,
"Wait,
don't
you're
ask
his
us to
uncle?
repeat
What?
it.
Wait, okay.
Just watch
no.
the playback if you need to.
You draw the family tree. It's like, wait, is this a vine? I don't know what's happening here.
That was like even better than the answer I thought I might get.
Yeah.
So,
Trapping.
we're
Last of
gonna
Us.
we're gonna be
Trapping
moving
for
back
marriage.
into things, but before we get back to the music, we were talking about Jared Comptolo,
Yeah.
and I know that you've recently done a collaboration with him.
Yes.
Money Pit, and you know, Jared, I'm sorry, dude, I did not get that artwork loaded up today. I'll explain later. Anyway. Let's talk a little bit about that. Jared's really adhered to the show. He's a good friend, personal friend, great musician, doing great things. As a matter of fact, all Waybackers, he's the one that has gifted us that awesome theme song for this season. By the way, you should, and you know what? I do need to release it as a standalone piece because it's just a banging
Yes,
tune
it's very
that I
good.
enjoy listening to. And you know, you have to go back and watch the beginning of the show. But yeah, talk about that collaboration a little bit.
Yeah, well, I mean, the same reason that you used him for your show is why I collaborated with him. Dude has stepped up his game. I mean, his production is awesome. There's some songs where it was like, just me as an artist, a musician as I'm now calling myself. If I am not feeling it, yeah, I am one now, apparently. If I'm not feeling it within like 15 seconds when it's a collaboration where I don't belong, like a hip hop song, I say, okay, maybe next or something. But luckily, Jared was like, I got one. and like I don't know. I think I tracked the whole hook and even like impersonated Jared's voice, and I was like, you should jump in here. I pretended to be you so you could see what I think, and he's like, you get it, man, you get it. And
Look,
so it was done in a day, and then he's mixing it and he's gonna put it on the album. So
Yeah.
I guess we're officially collabing.
Yeah,
as
I
they
love
say.
that kid. So much to say about him.
He's
So
a
grateful that he's
staple.
in our life
He's a staple
and
in that
in the community and sharing all his talents. Like
He may look like he hates what's going on around him, but he doesn't. It's actually quite
Yeah, that comment.
quite invested.
Okay. Do you have more tunes? You have more
Yeah.
tunes? Let's get back to that.
was
All right.
it.
All
That
right.
actually was it.
That was it. So now we're stretching. Okay. I'll see you guys in a little bit.
Shanghai? I think so. We're gonna do 2, and then we'll break a little bit. So, and then we'll end with. Sure. Yeah. All right. Chica.
How's this one go?
Belly up with the capsized skull and a hard heart in a sunken chest. Oh, hey, girl, broken luck with the death wish waves staring down a not so shallow grave. Hey, girl, little ritual, shove off from the shore, watch it shrink it. Hey, girl, you may have seen Shanghai roadways won't sway. Tried to tell the tides to change, convinced those currents what you couldn't. Potholes, spring leaves, a suspension of disbelief, failing at what you could have. My ship is upside down, spraying the cemetery ground green. Stomach of his what you could have.
I do not.
I guess I
We
can
got-
pronounce cans.
I do
I couldn't
not.
hear
You know,
myself or
let's.
anybody else in the whole- except for Justin.
What do we have going on here? We got that. We got that. We got that. We got that. There's this
Always
3, 4.
something.
So you know what, Alan?
Yes.
Carefully retrieve those headphones off of the mannequin head.
Oh, mannequins? Nice,
Mannequins.
dude. Those are good. That's good.
Yeah.
I'll never miss a portmanteau opportunity.
And yeah, if you pull, yep, it's okay. We're dealing. Yep, it's all okay. Whatever happens, you take those. You take those.
I even brought an envelope. But
There you go. Hand those over to Senor
Oh
Jeremy.
my God! No wait,
You know,
I got one.
you have to wear these now as
Uh-oh.
a punishment.
Don't do it with your guitar on. Nope, I'm not wearing it.
Jeremy.
Just kidding.
Wow.
Oh, make sure you drink that between your songs.
Yeah, set them down, Sam. We'll circle back around later.
All right.
Okay.
Hold on.
So
Now you got to wear that. Yeah, what's up, Marcus? What's going on now?
I just figured
What's
I should
going on
talk through Jer stuff.
I was trying to troubleshoot.
No,
and
it's-
I was on.
It's good shit. So
Should we just keep pushing Jeremy under the gun and see how much stress he can handle while we're doing this? Jeremy, step up to the mic while you're relining yourself out. Yeah. Can you do a dad joke while you are
What do you call a
redoing all this?
fish without any eyes.
What do you call a fish without any eyes?
you got that one in stereo.
I'm like,
Nailed it.
okay,
Nailed it. So good.
one more. Dare I?
what do you call?
Ask
What do you
for
call a
one
fish
more?
with 2 eyes?
Oh man, am I supposed to laugh at these?
Fish.
That didn't work, dude. Nice try.
2 eyes. What? You gotta push the envelope. That's what I was told.
All right. I think
Okay, you got your slash glasses on. Okay, you're back. You're live. You can hear.
I can hear
Okay.
you guys talking. I can. Oh, hold on. Let's hear. I can hear my guitar. Woo.
Okay.
I'll probably suck real bad on my. All right.
It actually probably wouldn't be our set if something didn't go wrong.
Hell no.
Must have technical difficulties. It's a requirement.
That we can work with.
All right.
Okay.
Whiskey time. All right. What are we playing now?
Safety. We're gonna play Safety Pin. For some reason, this ended up being the only song most people know from our band. It's just kind of the way it went. So here's that one everybody knows. It's about backburnering people. You know, your whole life you're like that guy, and then you get backburnered one time, and you're like, fair enough.
Wait.
Yes. Oh, okay. I'll just make a bunch of noise. Hey, shouldn't this be flatter? No, I said fatter. I'm a fat earther. I think the earth is. Yeah, it's not flat, but it is a little bit oblong, okay? It's not a circle. It's fat. I'm a fat earther.
It's a broken rib sleep on a bed of mornings up and down. Couldn't care more. It's the softest step on a thin pink glass. The late romantic cause of crack. Surrendered eject to the same shit. Looking is more than a little. So's enough. You see a soft sponge of love. And good grief, allergic to anything, yeah.
So, I mean, there's a reason why that song moves people and they attach to it.
Because they have attachment issues.
Come on, man. Oh, yeah.
Where were you at, Justin?
No, I like that one. I like it a lot. I see why your audience listens to it.
It's grooving.
It is.
As the band really
The agree.
So you guys are, I want to get into a little bit of recording. You guys have a new album. I understand that it's being mixed as we speak. It's getting closer to release every day, whatever that might mean. I know you're laughing because, I mean, should I just start dialing in between the eyes already or what? Because you have issues and you're never happy or satisfied. And so these are the reasons it will be that way, right?
We got a guy, though.
But, right. And I can appreciate all of this stuff. Like, I think Marcus and I are, more similar some days than I would like to believe that I am.
Sorry, bud.
I know.
Don't tell anyone.
Yeah. Well, so you guys you have this album, and I'm curious. Something I love talking to people about, especially right now, very specifically, is what is your approach to releasing this? Are you going at it with an album? We want to drop our whole piece of art at once. Are we getting into singles? Are we looking at it as a marketing opportunity? Are we supporting it with videos? Are we going to support it with a tour?
We've been asking Marcus that for like months. So.
Back to Marcus. So you know what? Everybody lied to me, Sam. It wasn't you. It wasn't you. It was the dude that came up with all the S names. Yeah. So yeah, speak to that a little bit, because I think it's a fascinating conversation that's a little bit outside of just playing music. It's that unfun business side I love talking about.
Unfun. I'm gonna put that on your headstone.
You look,
Dark.
if you want
Gotta
to,
go dark.
if you want to get me a headstone and chisel something in, man, I'd be honored.
I don't know if you know this, but musicians aren't made of headstone kind of money.
Well, man,
six-
you
that's like
offered.
six-
We're like
I was
lucky
just,
if we get a
No,
wooden
I'll
cross.
put it on there, just not the way you probably think.
We got lots of spray
look,
paint.
dude, spray paint. I'm not opposed. I'm not opposed. But like, so what is? Am I
getting
putting you
good
on
at
the
it.
spot because you are doing everything but answering it?
No, that's,
Which is fine.
No, it's fine. It just, I don't want to give away my secrets, but I will. No, the simple thing is, we're at a very fortunate point where we've made something with somebody. The music matters, the person we did it with matters, and so it's gonna matter, I think, at a certain level. And that means shopping it, which I'm in the middle of, and it's not a great feeling. It's not a great feeling at all. But with the right people involved, maybe it can be. So I have my own plan of what it's going to look like if we have to do it ourselves. I have my own plan if they're going to go 50-50 with us. I have my own plan if the people that I'm talking to would like to do it all, but we get a say in it. Like,
So we're
I've got
talking
plans.
just to clear things up for all you waybackers out there. I think what you're alluding to is working with somebody in a more traditional music business manner, dealing with labels, record companies, all of this type of stuff. People shoving money at you in order to do this, dealing with contractual obligations, etc. Or do you go out and DIY, self-publish, produce, and move forward on that level?
And yeah, we did too much. We can't not now, so we're doing it no matter what. If we do it with somebody, And you know what? We'll probably do it this way if we do it ourselves too. It's going to be every damn song gets a release single.
Yeah.
Every damn song gets a video, whether it's full production or whether it's small video. Everything's coming with something else.
Yeah, it was interesting. I was reading an article today about somebody, a country, one of those country pop things coming out of Nashville, and dude dropped a 36-song album. And I'm going, okay, this is contrary to everything I've been getting pushed into over the past few years. I'm really buying into this single thing, you know, as an artist and making songs. I would rather be able to just drop a single, push it out there, live on that for a month, and then just kind of keep it in front of people instead of going, hey, here's the thing I've worked on for a year or 2 or 5 or whatever it is, and boom, there it is, and boom, it goes away. And so the argument that I read was that there's more opportunities to get more songs streaming off of that record when they go at this long 36 songs. It's a lot. First of all, it's a lot of songs, and then you could drop a few different albums. But it was really interesting philosophy, and the first time I've read in years and years and years where somebody was like, album. Me, I'm a terrible audience because I want an album. I want to listen to the album the way the artist has given it to me and intended for me to take it in. However, you know, a lot of that is lost on so many people that consume music, especially in the, you know, virtual platforms and streaming these days. So.
First off, the 36-track albums, I blame Drake. Second, I think that once you're at a certain level of people's investment, you can still do that.
You can.
People still drop full albums, and it's amazing.
I think you hit on the important thing. Once you're established with somebody paying attention that's going to be like, I'm going to give them at least a spin on all 36 of these and then go dial into it. But I know nobody's doing that for
my
me.
mom and John Watkins will listen to a whole album if we drop it, but everyone else.
Yeah,
Right.
but that's the thing is that I like the single thing a little bit because then it's like every song gets some attention. Because I do feel like I know so many people, and I'm not, you know, it's not great, but they'll come to you and they'll be like, yeah, the first 2 songs are great. I don't think I got past that. And then like they'll, you know, and it just doesn't. And I'm like, then those other songs, what did we do them for?
And then that's what we're dealing with today. It's like go and look at
Yeah.
an album that gets dropped and streamed, and you're gonna usually get
Because
those
they find
first
it in
couple.
playlists too, so it's they're not going to come back to it. But the other thing too is if you are an independent artist doing a couple tracks at a time, that's what Damn the Weather's been doing because it's a more affordable option too. So it does. I was happy when that happened because it did make it a more accessible way for bands to get stuff out there too. But there is something lost to like
The art of the
going and
album.
getting the album, reading the lyrics, going through the whole thing.
I
Like
will
I
tell
do
you,
miss that.
for
like,
the .0001 of me's out there, like it isn't lost.
Yeah.
I love the art, but it's not something that you run into very often.
The increment of attention, and you know, has like gotten smaller and smaller.
What are you saying about our audience, Jeremy?
Wait, what was I saying?
Huh? Who? What? Where are we?
So
So, and I feel like something's lost when you can't put out a whole album to take it as a.
You know, there's one other thing, real quick. When we were talking, Marcus, you had said something that was very curious to me because I hadn't actually ever called it this. But it was a tour album when we were talking about the production of an album and talking about the difference between putting an album out that is very representative of the way the band is going to sound when you go see them live. And it can be reproduced. And not in a fake way, but this is something we can handle, all the layers. It takes a lot of work. And then there's that other full-on production side, going into the studio and getting all of this different stuff. But you took that tour approach, and did that have something to do with the intention in regards to marketing and the future of the record?
Yep, 100 and however much percent.
I'll take 100.
Yeah. It's this one is like a Manchester Orchestra is the band. This is the strategy they pulled. They made what's called a faders up record, which just basically means that's what it sounds like, mostly in the room. So you have to be able to play. And we can, which is cool. I can say that now confidently. We can play. So we made a record that sounds like what you're going to hear when you go out to see it live, is what you're getting towards. And that is a choice production-wise because you can overproduce the shit out of this. Sorry, the crap out of this
you're
to
good.
make sure that it's pleasing to the. Instead, we have a lot of rooms in ours. You know, you can hear a lot. The room the drum is in was the studio that Band of Horses records in, and that room is beautiful. So we picked the right places and the right person to do this with. He got what we were trying to do immediately. So I tracked our full EP, had it fully mixed and done, and then the guy we're talking about was like, yeah, but you should let me prove that I could mix this in 2 weeks so that you guys come back to me for your full length. And I was like, yes, please.
And we did.
And we did.
And we did. And
We
here
drove
we
to
are.
By the skin of our teeth.
So to pivot a little bit, like I love hearing that, just the different, once it becomes a very intentional process to walk in to create a piece of art, how that is looked upon. Very fascinating. So it's come to that time of the evening, Waybackers and band, that I'm hoping we have another song. Actually, I'm going to not even fool around. I know there's one more song. I do know, and it starts with an S. And
It sure
everything.
does.
Like, we are not breaking format tonight, Waybackers, for real stuff.
Sure does.
However, you have a video out there. This is your Tiny Desk submission. Congratulations on getting that fulfilled and done. Everybody, Waybackers, go out and find, let alone on your favorite streaming platforms, your favorite social platforms. They're out there. Go follow, go like, go check it out. Everything helps. But did you write this song that we're about to hear for that specifically?
It's more like there's a whole bunch of me effing around and then finding out on the EP that's online, and then the album we made has a vibe. And at the end of it, I was like, we should do What I Want to Do Next as the last song, and that happens to really line up with what NPR viewership, I believe, I don't want to speak for their whole viewership, but especially judges, Bob Boylan, they like things that are orchestrated, that build up, that have good wordplay, that then like crescendo into something larger. So yeah, we have one of those. and luckily-
Very intentional arrangement.
Definitely. Much different from our regular rock at it.
Yeah.
It's more like, okay, I trust myself more and they trust me more now, so let's try doing something that other people can't do, is how I look at it. I don't feel like anybody else would have done this the way our group did it. So
I do think, too, this is one of the ones we wrote after I came in.
yes.
And it's interesting, we were commenting on that the other day, that, like, we can tell the difference between the songs that we knew violin were going to go on versus not. Like, it came out a little different because we knew it was there was room for it and like left there, and it was interesting.
Well, it sounds great. The video is great. I really look forward to hearing back about how that all works out. At this point, I'm going to hand the show back to you.
Well, I was just going to say one
Oh,
thing about that
yes,
video.
yes.
It's like, so we did the NPR submission, right? Well, that song, we wrote it just...
Get up on your mic for me.
We just
There we
wrote
go.
it just right before we went to go record the album. So we hadn't really all played it in the same room together. Like, we just, he started, we wrote some parts, whatever. Like, we wrote some stuff on the road trip all the way to Charleston, like, it was a process. Then we recorded it, and then we hadn't ever played it out live. So that Tiny Desk concert, we got together in a room and we're like, oh, this is the first time we're all playing it together. It took a lot of takes.
Have you played it out live?
No.
No.
Is that the world debut?
Yeah.
Right now?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Live, baby.
but
Just
it took
roll
like-
with it. Just say yes.
Yeah, yes.
Awesome.
It took like 20 takes for that Tiny Desk concert. So it's, no promises this one will be good. So
Yeah. So
let's do it 20 times. By then we'll...
Back to you. I'll see you in, whenever it's done.
okay, here we go. This is sure. It's yeah, I'm sure. It's one of those writing techniques where you write about your biggest fret, and mine is that I'm not going to be sure I'll be able to write another song after completing the last one I just wrote. Like, you think it's gone forever. So I wrote a song about that. Here we go. Keep my own hands where I can see 'em. Tie a string round every finger. Sharpen up, chisel away. Being okay with being too much. The bolt that blows and darkens up every room. Shedding my light, intend to. All these thoughts in infancy inevitably will
right on their heads. They get back up and forgive me. Check my wellness is taking shape. Stretch my heart, don't let me skate. If I could learn to say the least, maybe just start filling in the blank. Should I start shaking hands with this? Treat it less like some side quest. Set the lowest bar you've ever seen. Oh, it's this sweet science and jettison my own mistakes like golden disc shot out to space crack. My own atmosphere and change. Perspectives, it's the same science. Don't know which parts to minimize. Can't get me out of my short sight. Steady vision, no goes live. Is this what it feels like to have a smile? I'm an amateur mistake. Mercury's got nothing on me. Gravitron, the weather base. Ever spinning such a huge relay. I'm an amateur at being unfair. Venom black, I'm a heavyweight. Felt malignant my entire life. But is this what it feels like to be benign? If it wasn't mine, why bring it to me at all? Why pay the postage to drop it at my door? Am I forever tending to a garden never grows? Like a stray without a collar that I care for. If it couldn't keep what to make me so damn sure, should I let free raise and watch it flow? Just out of reach makes me want it that much more. Never had this much to fuck right up before. And if it couldn't keep what you bring it to me at all. Bring it to me, yeah. Couldn't keep what makes me so damn sure. And if I can't create, then why'd you make me at all?
Woo! 19 more takes and we'll get it right.
Look. I think there's a lot to that song. I'll be very excited to get the report. Yes. Go and see Let Alone tomorrow night at the Egyptian Motor Lodge.
yeah.
Okay? Because you guys are playing their lives. If you want to go witness it for yourself, I'm really excited also because I would like that place to succeed. Marcus, I know that you feel the same way about that place. It's a really cool venue. It's going to happen. Where else are you guys playing? Anything else? Is that the only one on the books at the moment?
The rest of them have not been announced. yet,
Ah, okay. And we got our world debut of a song.
Call the fire, too.
Okay. So,
Oh yeah, there's gonna be Torchlight Circus tomorrow at the Egyptian Hotel for St. Patrick's Day too, and
okay.
the Woodworks.
And the Woodworks. I'm sorry, that was in. I didn't pick up my notes. It was like, yes.
12-year birthday. They're spending it
Yep.
with us. I feel so
They are. Nope.
touched.
Super, super cool.
What a band.
So-
They go on at like 9:30 probably, and we go on after that. Please show up. Y'all.
Okay.
Then It Hit Me is opening the show.
So, Waybackers, it happens every week. We have spent a lovely Thursday night together. Next week, we have Remedy RX, a really young band. Very excited to see how that's going to go on. Great band doing some really interesting things with their music. We've got Joey Guto's band coming up shortly after that. And we have, holy cow, I forget my own schedule sometimes, the Upper Strata from Switzerland. They're on tour in the United States. They are coming to hang out with us on the Wayback Sessions. So keep your eye out. In usual fashion, we are going to bring all the house lights up. We are going to leave the venue. We're going to kick all the beer cans out of the way as we talk about what an awesome evening we just had. And you know what? I figured just to bring this whole thing full circle, and since we've been talking about Comp Talo so much tonight, on vinyl from In the Queue Records, he won the competition.
He won.
He won. They have pressed it on vinyl. I have a limited edition yellow copy here. I'm going to drop the needle on, and we're going to hang out. Let alone, thank you very much. Sounded awesome. Love the performance. Thank you very much for being here. Waybackers, we'll see you next week. Thank you. Cheers from the Wayback.
Great show, guys.
That was not bad.
Oh yeah.
I'd like to suggest a what do you call it? An amendment? I think it should be called Studio J. I'm just saying.
Not us.
Well, studio starts with an S. Yeah, there you go. Nailed it.
It's Bushmills with just a little bit of ginger.
Okay, I was like, why does it taste like beer?
Because it's just got a splash to color it.
I feel like that went better than I thought, and I played worse than I can. So, but you know, it all worked out.
I only fuck with that one spot I always forgot.
Worse than I can, better than I thought.
I still didn't eat that fucking section.
You know?
Every goddamn time.
Do you want to consider it dynamic? Actually, do dynamic. Most drummers
Oh, hey, throw that door up. I know, I'm moving my shit out of the way so that we can.
So, crew, we get to leave our stuff because our gracious host said yes. So we can pack up tomorrow. And which means I can pack your stuff up.
I'm just gonna, yeah, I'll just go to my
By we, I mean,
Whatever.
Push it back, you know, belong in the box or not.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it in a case, but.
We are still live, by the way.
So I just look and see.
I think we had a lot of context. We had a lot of global.
They're like, oh, they must have just told me to
Yeah, wild. This is such a good track. This sounds so good.
The B-side to Stop Calling.
Yeah, love that.
Sam, I'm putting one of these on your left near me.
Oh, yes,
I'm not
please.
going to put it on.
No, it will go on.
scratch my ass, big windows.
Yeah. It absorbs the impact it doesn't come up. So I was like, oh,
I feel like I've met you before. I don't know why. I feel like somewhere I met you before. Do you? Oh, okay. Maybe. You planning? Okay.
No, I just
I went to NAU. I was there. Yeah. And I left. I graduated in 2011. Of course. Okay. So we're
A couple years
Who's your you guys go there too?
Yeah, we
Who's your teacher?
She went on full ride scholarship for
For viola? Okay. Yeah, Jackie is who I did some viola with. Was Louise Scott there when you were there? On violin? Yeah. So Louise was my teacher.
I did, man. It's funny. I saw it yesterday and I meant to comment. I'm like, does one of you put it in my pocket at the Egyptian? Okay. I probably do. That makes sense. One of you was like,
You should play an orchestra. Do it. I'm in the orchestra.
I told Cole that whole
Waybackers, thank you. We'll see you next week.